To first set up Samsung A37 5G, first of all, you have to just click on the start button and now you have to select your region. Now click next. You have to accept to the end user license agreement, but do not accept to send diagnostic data. Now we can quickly transfer data from other Android's phone or Android, or you can also do this later. So if you quickly want to set up this phone and just start using this, you can transfer data later. And that's what I'm gonna do in this step. Now we have to connect to the Wi-Fi network. We got two methods. We can select Wi-Fi network and input passwords manually by using a keyboard, or you can just simply click here to open the QR code scanner on your phone, bring that QR code and scan a line, and it will just basically connect you automatically without inputting the password. You can also set up your phone offline, but I recommend you to do this online. Now restart your phone. Now it's time to input SIM cards. So you have to just grab your phone, rotate, and you have to input SIM injection tool into this dot. Do not put it here because you will block your microphone. Now you have to push it gently. You can use, for example, your fingernails to take it off, and you can easily input those cards. You have to align cutout here and here. So this is the easiest method. And now we have to align this dot with this dot. So what I can recommend you to hold your card with your fingers and put it like this. When they are inside, like half of this is inside, release and push it with your finger. Now that's how it should look. We can already input PIN to our SIM card if you already have one. And you can already turn on the mobile network. Now we have to wait. Right now we can quickly copy applications and other data from your Google backup. So we can do this right now or just do this later. If you want to get a completely fresh start, select do not copy. Another new feature from Google, so you can easily sign in to all accounts with the same number that you have on your phone. So you can do this or not, that's up to your preferences. I'm gonna do this, it's gonna search for all of my accounts, but it looks like that for me this feature is not working. Let me know in the comments if you have the same problem. So right now input your Google account, click next, and in this step you have to input a password. By the way, if you don't have a Google account, you can create it right now by clicking here and following on-screen instructions. If you forgot your email, you can also try to get it back, but in the next step, if you know everything, just input your password. Now click next, select who will be using this device. So for me, myself, click I agree. Now wait for it. As you can see on the smartphone, we can find multiple screen lock methods, like for example, the face recognition with selfie camera, fingerprint sensor, PIN, password, and the pattern. So for me, I would like to actually set a simple pattern. You have to input your password twice. Click confirm. Over here, what I can recommend you to turn off, it will be definitely to don't send usage and diagnostic data, and just click accept for other things. Now you can get the Google backup, so you can just bring back your photos and other things like messages. So up to your preferences. For me, for sure, I want to get back everything. So I'm gonna turn it on. Now we have to choose search engine. So for me, as always, Google. Now click to set as default. Here we can use the Gemini from a Google Assistant, Gemini from Google. So click to turn it on, or no, that's like you want. Now wait for this. And right now you can sign into your Samsung account by using your Google account. You can just use the Samsung account by using email or phone number. You can sign in with QR code if you have next to you other Samsung device. Or if you don't have Samsung account or don't want to sign in, you have to select forgot password or don't have account and just simply click to set up later in the settings. Or you can, for example, create account right now. But for me, I'm just gonna sign in with my Google account, accept terms and the conditions, and click agree. Right now, if you are using the Samsung account, you will have to get this verification. If you are using this two-step verification, if you didn't get verification code, you can just simply use another methods. And that's what I'm gonna do. And right now we'll go forward. Here you can find all of those AI features. We can find a Bixby assistant from Samsung. Now scroll all the way down, click next, wait for a Samsung Wallet application. You don't need to actually use it. You can just simply skip if you are using, for example, the Google Wallet. And I'm gonna skip this actually. Now, some things like auto blocker, customization services, I will unselect this one because you will be not able to download, for example, applications from unknown sources. Click agree. Now we can select between the dark and the light mode. Right now we can find some recommendations for applications to download like Samsung Health, things like this. But as I said before, if you are not using, for example, the Samsung Wallet, then you can just simply don't download it. For me, I'm just gonna get everything. Now we are all set, so we can go for the home screen. Right now, as you can see, we can change name for our SIM cards and also its icon if you want. But you can go next, and you can also set preferred SIM for calls. you can get first, second, or ask always. Click next. Now we can do the same for sending messages. And the last for mobile date. You can even get this option to automatically switch the mobile date. Now we can just go back from this one and you will be welcome in the home screen. So right now, the quick overview. If you want to remove something from your home screen, you can easily do this by clicking and holding anything and selecting remove. It looks the same with folders. Don't worry, you are not deleting those things. They will be still available in the application drawer. Now, when you click and hold empty space in the home screen, you can also set the default main screen, or you can completely delete specific screen by clicking on the recycle bin icon in the right upper corner. So you will just remove this page and now we will get only one. On the left side, we can actually find this Google News screen, and if you don't really like it, it's drained battery, by the way. You have to click and hold empty space, go to the left side, and right now by clicking on this icon, you can decide, for example, to turn it off. Right now, if you swipe from the right upper corner, you will open the quick settings. But when you swipe from the left upper corner, you will open notifications. So if you want to get back this old style, you will have to first of all open the quick settings, click on the edit button, now click on the panel settings and select together. Now when you go back, as you can see, we can find this old style. If you want to put any application into the home screen from application drawer, well, you will have to just click and hold it and move wherever you want and release. Now, if you want to change wallpaper, you will have to click and hold empty space on the home screen, select wallpaper and style, select if you want to change lock screen or home screen wallpaper, click on the left upper corner. And right now we can find some default options, but also you can pick something from your gallery if you already enable backup, transfer date, or download something. So if I want to get, for example, this dynamic wallpaper, I have to just mark it and click down in the right upper corner. As you can see, the wallpaper has changed. And if you don't really like this application drawer, you can also change it by going to the home screen and get everything on your screen. By going into the home screen settings and go for the home screen layout and make home screen only and click apply. Now as you can see, everything is on the screen. And if you want to adjust brightness, you have to click on the settings, go for display, turn off the adaptive brightness. For me, this is super useless feature. Here we can set any brightness that we want. And now we can just go back. Take a look on my channel if you want to get some more tutorials about this device.